Hello, everyone. It's Mr. Kissinger at the Citizenship Academy in Syracuse, New York. And this is fifth grade math module of 6, lesson 3. We're going to be naming points using coordinate pairs and using coordinate pairs to plot points. So let's look at our grid here. It's not really a coordinate grid yet. I'm going to zoom out a little bit so we can see our instructions. It's telling us how we're going to build our X and Y axes here. And if you look at the letter A there, it says construct a y-axis that passes through points Y and Z. So I find points Y and point Z, and I'm going to use my ruler to draw a straight line here between those 2 points. All right, passing right through Y and Z there. And this is going to be our y-axis. Next, it says that we need to construct a perpendicular x-axis that passes through Z and X. So I have Z here and I have X out here. And I'm going to make a line that passes through both of those. All right. Now for my arrows here. And this is our x-axis. C tells us to label the origin as 0. So right here where letter Z is, that's going to be 0. The y-coordinate of W is 2 3/5. Label the whole numbers along the y-axis. So W right here is 2 3/5. So let's see, 2 3/5 is the same as 5 times 2 is 10, plus 3 is 13/5. And we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 up to W. So each one of those little units there, those little squares, is going to be a fifth. So I can count off 5, and I can do my whole numbers every 5. So I'll do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Draw a line here. This is going to be 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Draw a line, and this is going to be 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Make my line there. This is going to be 3. So how about our x-axis now? It says the x-coordinate of V is 2 2/5. So V's right here. This is 2 2/5. And 2 2/5 would be, well, 2 3/5 is 13. 2 2/5 is 12/5. Count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 over to V. So again, these are fifths. Every 5, we can put a whole number. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And that's 3. All right, so we're going to end up using this coordinate plane to answer some questions on the next page. So I'm going to have to flip back and forth here. Let's look at the top of our page here. It says, for all the following problems, consider the points K through X on the previous page. Identify all the points that have a y-coordinate of 1 3/5. All right. So we're going to look for 1 3/5. So y-coordinate right here, 1, and then 1, 2, 3/5 right here. We have R, M, and Q. And R, we use parentheses here. And looks like R is going to be at 1, 2, 2/5 and 1 3/5. So 2/5, 1 3/5. And there's our set of coordinates. M is going to be Here's 2 plus another fifth is 2 1/5. Again, that's going to be by 1 3/5 on the y coordinate. And then q is 3 1/5 and 1 3/5. All right, so we've identified all 3 of those points. Next, it says identify all of the points that have an x-coordinate of 2 1/5. So let's look back here. We have to look at our x-axis. We have 2 1/5. We have O, M, and L. We already did M. Next, we have to do, so we have to do O and L. 2 1/5 is going to be our first coordinate by, this is 1. And then L is going to be 2 1/5. And our y coordinate is 3. I'll write those next to there. So I have these ones were R, M, and Q. And these ones were O, M, and L. C says which point is 1 3/5 units above the x-axis and 3 1/5 units to the right of the y-axis. Name the point and give its coordinate pair. So which point is, we're going to go 1 3/5 above the x-axis. So that's going to be 1 3/5 is actually going to be our y coordinate, and then 3 1/5 will be our x coordinate because that's to the right of the y-axis. So 3 1/5 and 1 3/5. So we have 3 1/5, and then 1 3/5. No, 1 3/5 above. So 3 1/5, and then 1 3/5. Well, that's going to be letter Q. So it's going to be letter Q. And letter Q was 3 1/5 and 1 3/5. Which point is located 1 1/5 units from the x or from the y-axis? So I have 1 1/5. Well, there's only one point on this line. That's going to be letter K. And K is going to be 1 1/5 and 3 1/5. Which point is located 2/5 of a unit along the x-axis? So 2/5 along the x-axis. 1, 2, 2/5. That's going to be R. We already have that labeled. And then give the coordinate pair for each of the following points. We have T, U, S, and K. So T is here. We have 2 and 1, 2, 3/5. And then the y coordinate is 2 and 1, 2, 3, 4/5. 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 4 U is going to be 1, 2, 3 fifths by 1, 2, 3 fifths. 3 fifths by 3 fifths and 3 fifths. S is right down here. That'll be 1 on our x-axis. And 2 fifths on our y-axis. And then finally, we need letter K. We already have letter K. That one's 1 fifth, 1 and 1 fifth, and 3 and 1 fifth. So let's copy those over. We have T, which is 2 and 3 fifths, 2 and 4 fifths. U is 3 fifths by 3 fifths. S is 1, 2 fifths. And then K, 1 and 1 fifth. And 3 and 1 fifth. All right, so we're going to stop right there for today. Thank you guys so much for tuning in, and I look forward to seeing you next time.